Alright, I'm at Glen Helen for the SRA GP race. It'll be my second race ever. Just did the side lap 20 minutes ago. Went fine. There's one section with fairly rocks and sand and stuff, and it's pretty narrow and you can't really see because you have the sun in your eye. So that's not going to be my favorite section. Gonna try to be careful, but not so slow that I get hit from behind. We shall see how this goes. Yeah, and this was my second race ever. When I did my first race, my only goal was to not get a DNF, which I succeeded in. This time my goal was to not get a DNF and not drop my bike in any of the ruts, because I've done a bunch of rut practice since last time. I didn't succeed because I got a DNF, but I did succeed in not dropping my bike in any of the ruts. Totally missed the flag. Not that it matters, because I'm not going to be anything but last anyway, but hey. Yeah, I hadn't planned on being in the jockeying for position in the beginning, but I had planned on actually going when the flag went up and get a little bit closer, like get to the tail end of that jockeying. And you're gonna see a lot more similar to what you just saw in that corner, where I am going through the rut in a little bit of a not super confident way, but I'm getting through it. I'm not dropping the bike. It's not great, but it's better than last time. This time I'm taking this uphill standing. Yeah, it wasn't as muddy as it was last time. It hadn't been raining. Also, I think I've gotten a little bit better at body positioning in terms of getting traction in the rear and not letting as much weight on my front tire. Here's another rut. This upcoming jump, I am not confident enough to jump it without properly seeing where it's going, even though I know where it's going, but it's not a straight jump. This one I keep going in second gear. I think on the second lap I went third gear. That past turn was a good example where not super confident, not really picking a consistent line. I'm floating a little bit, but still got through it reasonably confidently compared to past experience. And here's the section with low visibility. It's a little better than last time, actually. Sun moving a bit, I guess. Yeah, it was more than a little bit better, honestly. I guess it's intentional, perhaps. But on the other hand, the race was delayed by an hour today. So had this been on time, I think we would have done the actual race, not just the sight lap with the sun in our eyes in that section. So in a sense it was actually nice that it got delayed, because the sun had time to move. Be careful on this one, because I don't know how to take that as a jump safely. Yeah, I came up short on that jump, which I usually do. I have jumped that jump properly when practicing on the vet track, but I'm not confident enough to just do that in a race condition. I need to do it several times to work up to getting the feel for the appropriate speed. Same for this one, to be honest. I could obviously go faster on these long straightaways, but I'm not quite confident to go, you know, full speed there. Not yet. I definitely felt less confident in that turn that we just saw. I think just turns that are also declines just make me less confident than I already am for tight turns on tracks like these. I do apologize for the glorious camera angle sometimes when I'm sitting.
Trying to shift gears more. Not just stay in two all the time on those straightaways.
Yeah, that turn and this one in particular has felt a lot more comfortable than I remember during the last race.
Okay, gotta remember these whoops this time, so I'm not fucking it up completely. Okay, Trying to do that first double and then roll them is my plan.
Yeah, what I was referring to there was that on the very first sight lap, I wasn't really paying enough attention far up ahead, so I kind of realized that the whoops were coming kind of late. Ironically, I actually ended up doing that first double quite reasonably that time, much better than this time where I basically missed it. Funnily enough, this is basically the hardest turn on the entire track.
At least I can see the people in front of me at the end of the first lap. It's better than last time.
Yeah, more on lap times towards the end of the video.
First fast guy lapping me.
I'm super skittish going too quickly at the cresting that hill and just going off on the other side. That's why I'm taking it so slowly every time. It may not look it, but I'm trying to get out of the way as soon as I can. So sorry to those guys.
Whew. Need to get out of here.
Okay, so I decided pretty much immediately that I was gonna putter along, finish the lap, and then get off and just get a DNF, because I could tell like both of my hands were hurting a bit. I was banged up all over. My left hand in particular, like it hurt to use the clutch and so on. So I wasn't gonna go full speed. I didn't want to be in the way. I didn't want to cause issues. So, and I didn't want to make it worse either. So I basically just tried to stay out of the way, even though I was being slow here for the remainder of the second lap. Turns out no broken bones or anything, just a sprained thumb pretty much, and some general pain in various places. So besides the fact that I obviously got a DNF, how did this go in terms of lap times? Well, as you can see, I was definitely last in my class. Interestingly though, if I look at the 30 plus beginner, I was in the 40 plus. There's a few more people, and you know, I wasn't that far behind. Actually, the guy in the 40 plus was one of the faster guys in the beginners class, and I feel good about the result overall. Like I was reasonably close to being almost like behind the person in front of me. So I'm glad. It was significantly better than the last time. Last time I was significantly more behind on my first lap. My second lap was a little bit better. The interesting point this time is that I was significantly better on the first lap than I was last time, but also the second lap, where I spent a good portion of it, like more than half, was just me kind of limping home, like going slower after the crash. So despite that, it actually ended up being a couple of seconds lower. So I'm curious what I would have hit there on the second lap if I hadn't had that crash. Anyway, I didn't really come here to be fast, but I had noticed recently when I was at Hungry Valley that I was going through some trails that I hadn't done in 2 to 3 months because I hadn't been in Hungry Valley for a while, and I noticed that my natural, just comfortable pace was significantly faster on those. So I was kind of curious if it would be noticeably different in a race environment like this. But really, I just wanted the DNF, and I wanted to do better in the ruts, so I got half of it done.
Whew. I'm definitely gonna get off when I get to the end. I don't want to be so slow and hold people up. Ah,